Hi guys, Jen here, and it is Sunday dinner time. We are doing simple Sunday dinner, but of course I have to make it a little more complicated because that's what I do. We want garlic bread tonight because I'm making spaghetti and meatballs. When we do Sunday dinner, it's everyone on the farm, so it's my mom, it's my sisters, it's my brother sometimes, it's all the cousins, the kids, everyone's coming. So I always had to think of a meal that can feed a lot of people, that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, but that tastes good and, you know, it's like Sunday dinner like, okay? So we're doing spaghetti and meatballs because that is a crowd favorite. We want garlic bread. I don't usually just buy bread at the grocery store, so we're gonna make it. So we're gonna start with that, getting the dough going in the bread machine, and then we'll go over and start the sauce because otherwise it's easy. I am cheating a little bit. I'm not making my own meatballs. I bought a bag of meatballs at the store. Whatever. It is what it is. It makes life a little easier because I have other things I have to make. So, I know. I don't buy bread, but I buy the made meatballs. Whatever. Actually, bread is easier to make than meatballs. I'm not going to lie. So, we are going to start with 1 cup of water. The secret to using a bread machine is putting all the ingredients in order, okay? That's like pretty much the only thing you need to do to not mess up. So the first thing we do is a cup of water. So, yes, I'm using good old tap water. Everything's gonna be baked, so, you know, that kills everything. So there's a cup of water. Then we need 2.5 cups of flour, and I just wet my cup. So I need to get a different one. Otherwise it all sticks. Don't do that. Not only that, it's like gets gross things in your bucket. So anyway, let's see. Good thing I have so many cups or I'd be doing math right now. So, and we all know I don't want to do math. Yes, and my daughter Katie bought me all of the cups. Yeah, well, she bought these for herself, but then gave them to me for whatever reason. But I use them. So now we are doing 2.5 cups. You do kind of want to make sure this is done right. So there's 1. You don't want to go over, under. I don't think that would be good. Although if it's a little sticky when it comes out, you can add flour afterwards and knead it in. And I guess if it's a little dry, you could add some water. So maybe it doesn't matter that much. We'll see. Anyway, there's 2 cups. We need a half. I'm not going to just eyeball a half. I'm going to get the right thing. My daughter, Katie, must watch my videos because before I started this bread, she said, Mom, can you please make sure you make the recipe exact? And I'm like, why wouldn't I? Don't I make things exact? And she's like, Mom, she knows I eyeball things. So I'm going to do this right. I'm going to do it exact, so that we know how it was meant to turn out rather than how it actually does turn out when I usually make things, which is okay, but we don't really know what the intention of the recipe was. So getting the half cup, hold on. Back to this kind, because these are my favorites. She did buy me these specifically for me as a gift, and I love them. So here we go. Katie has good taste in kitchen supplies. Look what she got me for Christmas. Hold on. Like, how cute are those? See? She knows me. She got me other things too. But these I look at every day and I love them. Anyway, whatever, back to the bread. So I wrote it all down so I wouldn't mess it up. So now I need a tablespoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. Hopefully I didn't mix those two. I don't think I did. Tablespoon of sugar, teaspoon of salt. So here we go. I've got sugar right here. I'm gonna close up my flour because I always tell them to do that. I better do it. Tablespoon of sugar. Gonna make sure that's level and not heaping. And go get the salt. I didn't take out anything, I'm sorry. All right, teaspoon of salt. Where are you? Okay, I'm gonna use this pink sea salt. I love that salt. You can always find it at Home Goods too. Oh, and Dollar Tree now has it in these little bags, like for $1. Okay, so when this starts to get low, buy a dollar store bag, dump it in. It's amazing what you can find at the Dollar Tree. It's crazy. Okay, so this is a teaspoon salt going in. And then I need 1.5 teaspoons of yeast. Oh no, I think I used up the last time I yeast. I have to go in my emergency pantry and get it, so I'll be right back. Okay, so it's not really like emergency pantry, like I'm not a prepper or anything, but it's like backup. So, you know, with the whole pandemic and everything, like people just hoarded stuff, right? And then you couldn't get anything. When the pandemic hit, all of a sudden we needed more toilet paper for some reason. I don't know what people did before or started doing after that required all this toilet paper or didn't require enough toilet paper before. You wrap your head around that one. But people all became bakers. Everyone all of a sudden was making bread. Nobody makes bread anymore, but all of a sudden all the yeast, all the flour, all the sugar was gone. So I decided that once it became available again, I'm not going to hoard, but I'm gonna have backup of stuff because I legitimately make bread every week, all year long, okay? And I have for quite some time. So I need to have backup. Anyway, so got this out of my backup pantry, and I thought I'd just show you. This is the Dollar Tree bag of pink sea salt. This is big. For $1, this is a very good buy. So check it out. You have a Dollar Tree near you, go look for it. This and coconut oil, they have a little thing of coconut oil for $1. If you look, you can find some really healthy, good things at Dollar Tree. They have wild caught salmon, okay? In the freezer section, wild caught salmon, $1. Just saying. Anyway, back to the bread. So I need 1.5, there we go. 1.5 teaspoons of yeast, and then after it's open, we store this in the fridge. If you put it in the freezer, I think it renders it inactive. I'm pretty sure. So I wouldn't recommend freezing it. It keeps well in the refrigerator, and unopened, it keeps fine in a pantry. Okay, so there's one. I am gonna eyeball the half because it's okay. I've done it before. It works out fine. 1.5 teaspoons of yeast. So now, I'm gonna show you what's in here. There it all is. We use this a lot. So like, you know, I clean it, but it just stays kind of looking well loved and used. Anyway, doesn't mean it's not clean, it's fine. We are not baking it in here because I'm gonna make 2 French loaves out of this. All I want is the dough. So I'm going to go to my menu, and on this machine anyway, it is number 7 is dough only. And then we hit start. Voila. I don't do anything until this is all done. So that was the bread. And now we are going to move on to the sauce. And I'm going to show you how you can just take the cheapest sauce that you can find in the store and like zhuzh it up and make it a little better and more like homemade. Do you want to know what takes up the majority of my time making these videos? Finding good light. Still can't find it, but this is gonna have to do. I also don't know, let me know in the comments, do you like seeing me chop things? Or would it be better if it was already chopped and we moved on? I just don't know, because to me, this would be quite boring. That's why I try to talk through it. I'm hoping I'm not boring, although I might be sometimes. But some people, I think, are like, I don't know, get some sort of satisfaction watching things be chopped. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. You know what, you can't please everyone. So I'm just gonna do my video and do it my way. And if you guys have suggestions, please leave them below. So anyway, that's loud. I am gonna show you guys how to take very inexpensive sauce and make what I think is a really good spaghetti sauce using it and just adding some other things like fresh onion. So I'm going to do that right now. We're going to chop up some onion pretty fine, just like this. And I'm not Italian. So, this is not in my blood right now. Although we did have a lot of pasta growing up, because you know what? Pasta's cheap. So, and easy and quick, and most kids like it. I gotta say, I'm not really a fan. I'm not even really a fan of red sauce. But I have, over the years, at least perfected it for my family and what they like. And oh my goodness, my eyes are burning. My girls are half Italian. So I really think, tell me what you think. Do you think that genetically you are more inclined to like the things of your ancestors? I don't know. But they really do like pasta and red sauce and basically any kind of Italian food. Now, my stepfather is Italian and his sisters make amazing food. It's probably the only time I really like Italian food, when they make their own pasta and stuff, but that's totally different. Anyway, that's definitely not my favorite style of food, unless of course they're cooking it. But everyone here seems to like it. So, oh my gosh, I'm dying. All right, let's take this over to the pan. Yikes. Okay, so yeah, my eyes are burning. It's a labor of love here. So okay, this isn't on. I'm gonna turn this on a medium heat. I got these pans yesterday at the thrift store and I love them. They are so heavy. I've always wanted stainless steel pans. I love them. I wish they had one bigger. I got 2 of small saute pan in this one. So this is the first time using this one. I used the little one this morning, loved it, so I think I'll love this one too. I'm just gonna take a little bit of olive oil and put that in the pan. And then and then I'm gonna now, I have heard that this little hole here is for pushing the stuff through onto the pan. I'll try it, but I've never really had luck with that, but so here goes nothing. Let's see how that works. I guess it's sort of doing the trick, but I mean, if you just pushed it all towards the center anyway, wouldn't it go in the pan? I don't know, but I guess that's working pretty well. I never really tried it. Usually I just kind of throw it in and make a mess. But there we go. Just like zhuzh it around. Okay, so now I'm going to get a little bit of minced garlic too. Okay, I'm not measuring. I'm just going to put a little or a lot in here. And we are going to saute this up as best I can. This is not my favorite wooden spoon. My wooden spoon is dirty. I need to wash it from the last thing. Yes. Okay, so while this is sauteing, I'm going to move it around a little bit. And, you know, I'm not going to drain the oil off of it or anything because I'm just going to put it all right in my sauce. I think it's going to make it better. So now we're going to come over here to where I'm putting the sauce. Normally, I would put this in my regular saucepan, but I'm making meatballs and I've made the mistake like, I don't know, 20 or more times of trying to pack everything into my saucepan because I like to use this pan to cook the pasta. But I have a huge thing to cook the pasta in if I want to, or maybe I'll transfer this to a crock pot. I don't know yet. We'll see what is the least messy way to go about it. Probably the big pan, the big mama that I make my soup in. I don't know. It's a pain to get out, but I think that'll work out the best. Anyway, I could have just sauteed everything in this pan, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So now I'm going to put this on a low heat because I have a lot of time before everyone comes over. And that reminds me, I got to check on these brownies and see. Oh, they're done. Hang on. I got to get these brownies out. Okay, so let's bring you over here while we get the sauce going. Okay, I'm going to lower the heat on my onions and I am going to use this Great Value, 67 cents a can. Whoa, you hear my bread going? It's like going crazy. 67 cents a can. That's all it costs. We're going to put this in the pot and we're going to doctor it up and make it like homemade. The great thing about this sauce is that there's really nothing in it. It is just the tomatoes and sea salt and just a little bit of spices. But that's it, not even a lot of spice. So you can really make it your own flavor. Not only that, you can control the ingredients that are going in it, which I like. Now, I saved the can, and you're gonna see why in a minute. I mean, I don't save it like forever, just for right now. I think I have leftover sauce in the fridge, so I'm gonna check that before I open a new can. And I did. My daughter made chili the other day and had some leftover sauce, so we don't want to waste it. It was just yesterday, so it's fine. I'm going to dump that in. Save this jar for a minute. So now I'm going to put in the meatballs because that's going to help me know if I have enough sauce. I know that sounds weird, but actually I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the third can, or the second can, the third thing of sauce, because we are having quite a few people over. You really don't want dry spaghetti. Now, some of the kids eat it without sauce. They do like butter noodles, but whatever.
I love it with sauce.
You love it with sauce. Sean loves it with sauce. But whatever's left over, if any is left over, is so easily frozen, and it's actually a really good starter for the next sauce. I don't have any frozen right now, or I would do that because it just adds those more developed flavors to your sauce. So hopefully I'll have a little left over for a starter. And it will be cooked with the meat, so it gives it a little more flavor, like, I don't know, all the stuff. So I'm gonna move my onions around a little bit. Okay, now I feel like I'm just all in it. Okay, maybe we come back. You see onions, garlic going. I'm gonna saute the onions and the garlic until the onions are translucent, but that the garlic is a little bit browned. Like, it just adds some more flavor. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna go grab milk of all things. Okay, so one thing I like to do, my aunt on my stepdad's side, his sister, her sauce was always kind of like this lighter orange color, you know, like a cheese sauce or a vodka sauce. I'm not sure what hers was, but something about the color and the creaminess was so appealing. So I started adding milk to my sauce, and I think it cuts down the acid a little bit because I don't add sugar. I could be wrong, maybe it doesn't, but I don't add sugar, which I know cuts down the acid. But I do add the milk, and I don't know, it just adds the creaminess. Everyone seems to like it, so that's what I do now. Plus, it helps me to get the remainder out of the bottom. So I usually just fill one can with milk, and then I see. So I'm gonna just do this because I want to get all the bottom stuff, you know what I mean? So like zhuzh it around in there, and then move it into here to get whatever's, you know, get whatever's on the bottom. And gotta open a new one. I don't know if I'll do a whole big can. I might, of course I can't open this. There we go. I might put a little in and then add a little more if I need it, because, you know, you don't want to overdo it on the milk, but at the same time, it really does add something. So I'm gonna see how that does, how that looks. Just gonna stir it on in there. And it also thins out the sauce just enough, because it's a little thick. I don't know. And I'm gonna add some of the chunkiness of the onion. Now you could add diced tomatoes, and I've done that, and that's pretty good. But the kids don't like the chunky tomatoes. They don't seem to be bothered by the onions being in there. But you add that tomato, it's a whole other texture, and then they're not so into it. But if you guys are into it, add it. It's really good. Okay, so you see how I just got like a little bit lighter sauce with that? So I did about half of the big can, and I think that's enough. So I'm gonna toss these.
Mom, I'm hot.
Okay, we can take that shirt off.
My sleeve is rolled up and I don't know if I can get it off with that. Oh, that's easy.
Do you want to put on your new t-shirt that I got you?
I have an undershirt.
I know, I just mean instead of just walking around in your undershirt.
I like my undershirt.
All right.
It's cold.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, hold on. All right. Wait, you're gonna trip. Okay, go put that in the laundry. Okay, we're stripping down for Sunday dinner. Anyway, all right, so now you can see the garlic is getting a little bit browned here. Maybe you can see, I don't know. So I'm gonna put that in. It looks done to me, it looks ready. So we're just gonna push all of it off. Can't see. You don't need to see me, you need to see that. We're just gonna push all of it off the pan and get all the good scrapings off of there, and the oil and all the flavors. And man, that bread machine is loud. I hope that it's not ruining this video because it is obnoxiously loud. I saw a bread machine yesterday. I was so tempted to buy it at the thrift store. $5. It looked brand new. I think I still might go back tomorrow and get it because I would like to be able to have 2 loaves going at a time. And then maybe when I'm done with it, just put it out in the shed or something. Also, this one I've had, I bought it at the thrift store for $7. It's been great, but you know, I use it a lot. So maybe it's on its way out, on its last legs. Maybe that's why it's so loud. I don't know. I might go back. I might have just talked myself into going back. All right, sauce, doing sauce. So we're gonna mix that in like so. I have more of this, I'm gonna get it out, but for now, I'm just gonna dump what I have left in here. You know, I'm more on like people adding their own cheese, but I'm gonna add a little bit because it does add some flavor. And then I'm going to add some parsley, mostly for green because really this dried parsley has no flavor. If you get fresh parsley, do it, add it. It has so many health benefits, plus it really tastes good. I don't happen to have any right now. Some crushed red pepper because everyone likes a little spice, at least in my house. So that won't be a problem. And I don't put a whole lot. So it just adds a little extra. Then we're going to dump in some onion powder that's not opened yet. I don't like opening these things. I need something to stab it. I don't know why they have to make these things so difficult. I guess so that people don't poison you. I don't know, but man, they make these things hard to get into. Let's see. There we go. Do I need these? I don't know. I think it still comes out pretty fast. So I like to add a lot of spice. So it might look like a lot. My husband like freaks out when he sees me spice things, but whatever. He thinks it's good, so it all works out. Let's see. Oh, definitely need a bay leaf or 2. So these are supposed to come out, you know, when you're done making your sauce. But me, I leave them in. And I tell the kids, whoever gets the bay leaf and theirs, it's good luck. So then they all want the stinking bay leaf and they pick it out. See how that works. So I don't have to fish it out. So I've already got garlic in there. I'm going to put a little pepper because I don't know, pepper just seems to go in everything. I'm not gonna do garlic powder. Well, do I do garlic powder? Maybe a little bit. I mean, what's an Italian dish without lots of garlic, right? So we're gonna do that. Now, I could put a little cooking wine in there, but I don't think I'm going to this time. I only have sherry and it's a little bit different flavor. I just don't know that that's gonna work out. Now, if my husband had a beer or something open, I'd probably dump that in. But he's not here, so it's going to be a non-alcoholic kind of a thing. I'm missing Italian seasoning, and that's what I'm looking for. So, I usually have Italian seasoning. Aha, I don't have very much though. I am gonna have to get more. I turn that off because it's burning stuff up. Alright, so then the Italian seasoning. This is not the kind I normally buy with this grinder. It's kind of annoying. And I don't know. I guess it's good, but I like the Great Value. Not gonna lie. But this was a substitution because I guess everyone else discovered the magic of Italian seasoning and bought it all up. So there we go. Done and done. So now we just mix all of that in together. And see, now it's looking a little thick to me again. So I'm going to add just a little more milk. And there we go. A little more of that. Mix it all up till it looks like the color I like it to look and the consistency I like. That's the thing with cooking, guys. You don't have to worry. You can just add until you get it where you want it. You could also put a little water in here, I guess, to water it down, but the milk tends to make it just a little creamy and get you the consistency you want. Okay, so here is my cheat. These Great Value turkey Italian meatballs. They also make regular ones. We just happen to like these. So this is what I buy. Everyone likes them. So why fight it, you know? And I love making things from scratch and I love putting in the effort. I truly do. But meatballs are just one of those things that unless I can take a day and make a ton of them ahead of time and then use them throughout, I don't want to deal with it. They are so much work. It's so tedious. All the rolling of the meat is just too much. They're good, but these are good too. And look what I do with these. They're just the right size, just the right amount, goes in, done and done. So sometimes you just gotta buy the convenience foods, okay? Plus, I mean, these are much more cost effective than making them myself. They just are. So why fight it? I mean, really. And then that's it. I'm gonna put a lid on this. I'm gonna let it sit. I will cook up the pasta, have the bread, and I'm gonna show you it when it's all done, okay? Okay, so the bread has finished. It is now a dough ball. I mean, it's not finished. The dough is finished. So now we have to move the dough into a greased bowl. So I'm going to take this bowl that my sister got me for Christmas. She got me 3 of them. They have the spout. I love them. I've used them so much already. And I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil. And I'm just going to put a little in the bowl. Then I'm going to take the dough out of the machine, plop it in the bowl, and then roll it around to grease the bowl as well as the dough a little bit. Then it needs to just sit in here covered for about 30 minutes or until it doubles in size. Okay, so I think that our bread has doubled in size, or our dough, I should say. It's not bread yet. And it just about has. Let me back it up. So, now we punch the dough. Isn't that so satisfying? Okay, and I am going, it's kind of greasy. That's okay, because we had a greased bowl. And so I am just going to knead it a little bit, roll it out some, and I'm gonna cut it in. I'm not even showing you. Ugh, my hands are all greasy. Okay. I am gonna put it here and I just get a nice dough ball formed just to get any of the air bubbles out and all that stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna cut it in half. I really wish my knife was sharper. Chris, if you're watching this, you told me you'd get my knife sharpened like 2 years ago. Just saying. Anyway, so there's 1 and 2. So now I'm going to roll it out. No, I'm going to have to fold it over on each other. All right. I am going to attempt to roll this out, and it is not working for me. Of course it's not, because I want you to see it. And I want it to be perfect, and that's just not in the cards for me, usually ever. Okay, that's all right. So, gonna get it together here and try rolling it out. Should probably be doing this on like a floured surface or something, but it's not sticking because of it being greased. And I am just gonna try and stretch it out. We'll see how this works. I'm really trying to make it nice, long, and thin and smooth is really kind of the goal without breaking it. And having the ends be a little thinner and kind of twist them off a bit. You know, like a baguette. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. But I don't want it to break. And actually, I should probably not make it so thin because I do want to turn this into garlic bread. So, I think we'll do it like this. And I'll try doing the other one in the same manner and stretch it out. It always looks a little better after it's baked anyway. All right, I gotta get it combined. What does Baxter see over there? I see him checking something out. Here, notice when your dog like sees something, it's like super intense. So you're like, what's out there? In this area, it could be a person, but more likely a critter. Oh, yeah, it's a critter. It's another dog. Okay. So let me get this one out of the way. I think it's fine. They're a little ugly. They're not quite as smooth as I would have liked. We'll see how this goes. Can I make it pretty? I don't know. It may not matter so much when it's baked. I don't know. I normally I will make braided loaves of bread and dinner rolls and a loaf of bread in the bread maker, but not usually baguettes. I don't know why. It's hard, but it is. Okay, this is the best it's gonna be. So, don't judge me too much. We'll see just how it bakes up. So I am gonna put some little slits in there because I think that's necessary. I think. We're gonna do that. And then you can hear I've got another loaf of bread going, like just regular sandwich bread for the week. Okay, so this recipe called for an egg wash and then sesame seeds. I'm gonna do a butter wash because I like that better, and then some everything bagel seasoning because again, after it bakes, I'm gonna slice it open, butter it, put some garlic on it, and toast it up again. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I just melted a little bit of butter in here, and I'm just painting it right on the bread. Man, I hope this turns out good, you know? All right. And then I've got the everything bagel seasoning. I'm gonna shake that on top. It's always a crowd pleaser on the rolls, so I gotta think it'll be good here. And then I am going to stick this in the oven at 375 until it's done.